And we're live! Hello all and welcome back to the Sigil stream. My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie and I am here once again, very thankfully and happily, with my lovely wife, Mrs. Joe Guthrie.
Cheers to me.
What's that mug you got there? Show it off.
Oh, this mug?
Yeah. Oh,
very nice.
For those nerds amongst us, you know where that's from.
Us nerds?
Us nerds. We're joined once again by the fabulously talented Jay. What?
Oh, yeah.
Now we know there's someone with us that loves Michael Bublé, and we wouldn't be here without the fantastic Erica, who does love Michael Bublé.
Bubbly is I'm gonna pronounce his name as Bubbly.
Bublé.
That's just brand entirely.
And of course, the one and only person who couldn't think of a name other than his own name, Gary Garris.
It feels.
Me? What?
Gary, you got a tight crop.
I was gonna say it feels like everyone's got a tight crop today. I think Jay's got a tighter crop,
You got
a little bit.
crop.
Yeah, it changed the position.
I
Nice
like it.
crop,
Every once in a
yo.
while, you got to switch it up, change a little.
Sounds like
position.
borderline appropriate to say that.
Oh.
Dude, you got a tight crop getting on the
Tight crop.
Having a tight crop.
I feel like that's a hair. I guess that is kind of a hair.
It
thing, right?
is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter. But we are so excited to be back at it, back in the saddle, rock and roll, ready to kick ass and take dragon gum.
Take dragon gun.
That's what
One
they
letter
say.
change there, and it's a very different stream.
Apparently, it doesn't
Anyway,
have to be. That's filtered on its own.
On Battlefield.
That's right.
Yeah, you tried to
Battlefield. I tried to do that.
try to write gum and it just did
Doesn't work.
asterisks.
They know.
We know what you're trying to say.
Good swallow gum. That's right. We're so excited to be here tonight. Really exciting episode last week, and I'm excited to continue on that trend. How has everybody's week been so far? Erica, you
I'm
first.
just laughing about the last episode because I remember it was so much. It was like an hour of dithering around, deciding what we were gonna do, and at some point we just switched and like, just fucking kill the dragon. just kill it.
Yeah, I like it.
And the dragon's like, I knew you would be back. Now let's do this thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I had all that voice changing stuff.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
I wonder if it's
I
still works.
really
Harlan's-
listened to it today.
Ooh.
So I know that we have 1,000 gold and a sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
And a key.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad someone's
I'm
paying
glad I
attention.
definitely remembered the exact details of the sword.
2,000
I mean,
gold.
10,000
Oh,
gold.
shit,
10,000
yeah.
25,000 gold
20,000
each.
It's just getting
Three
higher.
swords of Dragon's Bane, whatever the hell that is.
It was a Dragon Slayer longsword, and I wonder if that's from this book or if that's something. There's
I
only
was
one in the
thinking
book, so I
about
think it must be
that.
something.
None of us are really going to use that. We have a warlock.
Also, we
A
already found a
rogue.
dragon.
Yeah, we already
Okay, so
killed the dragon.
Here's what it is. I'm assuming at this. Oh, you know what? We'll wait till we get in the game.
Unless there
Anyway,
are more dragons.
I will explain what that is. 'cause
We're
I just
hungry for
Googled
the
it.
game today.
I mean, that's fine. You know what? Let's do it. I'm not.
Usually we futz around for half an hour.
I like futzing, but
I
I,
do
don't
Just
think.
too.
one dragon and one like chance to be absolutely awful, and suddenly we're all like, "Yeah, let's play. What's the next moral quandary?"
I mean, listen. I want to satiate those hungry teeth. So let's
Oh,
jump right into
you
it.
all-
wait,
look like
before we
What?
before we move on, I just want to be able to post a few gifs that I just want to mention that Harlan and I are going to be at Fan Expo in
Oh, that's right.
Toronto
Yeah.
at the end of August. We are going to be representing Harlan's podcast, and I'll be
Oh.
there too.
We're gonna be representing Dice Shame,
We are.
Invictus,
Yes.
and Malevolent.
And I mean, Sigil
hanging
and Pinnacle and all the other people who we stream
Bleeding
for.
cool.
But if you are going to be in the greater Toronto area during that time and you want to come and hang out, even if you're not directly going to the convention, let us know because we're going to be doing a meetup pub night situation.
Mm-hmm.
And there might be some luminaries there, some other notable figures. But if you
Jay,
we're
around?
we're informing Jay right now in front of a
Jay,
live audience
you should
so
come
that
out
they feel
to either
pressure.
both Fan Expo
Wait, when
or
is
definitely.
it? I've never been to Fan Expo.
Oh, it's fun
So
actually.
it's the 20.
Is it?
26, 27,
Yeah,
28,
26,
that
27,
weekend.
of August.
Literally the only weekend that I don't have a gig this summer.
Hey.
Jay.
Should I go?
Pub night.
I mean, put it this
night.
way.
Pub
We're
night.
going to do, for sure, a Friday night and most likely a Saturday night. You could come to both or one, and you're already a downtown-ite.
Yeah.
Downtowner.
Downton Abbeyite.
Downtown.
So you can just literally walk, have a few drinks, and then skedaddle. I mean, I'm
That
sure
sounds fun.
the
Yeah.
wonderful people at the watching it.
I'll crash your party.
Yeah, come crash.
It's not crashing if you're invited. So yoink.
Uninvite
invite.
me. Uninvite me.
No, I know. I'm yoinking the invite so that you can crash.
Thank you.
And then we'll be like, Jay, you weren't invited, and you'll be like, sorry, and there'll be like a chair
bad.
already saved for you, and with
I just
the
pick it
name
over.
tag Jay for you're like, nah, push it over and sit in another chair,
Take Harlan's drink.
take my drink,
Chug it.
Yeah, that's just
I'm gonna do
seltzer
that.
water. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you are in the Toronto area, or want to be in the Toronto area, or want to be in Toronto, come on out. August 26th, 27th, 28th.
It's a little bit pushed back this year.
Doesn't matter.
Wait 6 months.
Wait 6
and
months.
then
And then come. Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Come on out to Fan
Plus,
Expo.
if you're a cosplayer, if you like Lord of the Rings, all of the hobbits are going to be there in person. So
Elijah Wood.
yeah, they're doing like a whole Hobbit meetup thing, which
Oh,
is
shit,
kind of
really?
cool. Yeah, and I mean
Gary's like,
it's a fun convention. So
Now I'm into this.
yeah, 4
Yeah.
days of like also their convention like artist
Alley?
What's it? It's not an artist alley. It's a like show floor basically. They have a huge area where they just sell like dice and comic books and
Yeah.
nerdy shit. So
I mean, we're gonna
really
get some
excited about that.
cool shit.
We're gonna get COVID.
I mean, well, let's not.
Souvenirs.
Yay!
But yeah, we're gonna go for the whole time. We're gonna explore a lot, obviously. But if we meet up with people on the Friday and Saturday night, who knows? Maybe we'll do some other stuff as well. We're gonna keep it loosey goosey.
Yep.
With the understanding that anybody who comes to visit will be responsible for the majority of their own entertainment. I don't know. I always get worried. And it's never happened. And I've already had kind messages from fans who've been like, "Don't worry, like I'm not gonna lean on you." But I get really nervous that someone that I'm hyping this up to is gonna show up and they'd be like, "Okay, I'm here," and I'll be like, "Cool," and they'll be like, "So what are we gonna do first?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I don't know. Like I don't want to be an event coordinator. I want to meet you and I want to say hi, but let me go now and do another thing. If you want to come, maybe, but like it's going to be the bathroom and I'm usually a few hours. No, but I don't know. And I don't think it happens, but
You're worried that people are going to pay for plane tickets, hotel, convention tickets, and show up and be
because
like,
they're expecting it
it's
to be
the
like
Harlan
the Harlan
Guthrie
show.
experience.
Yeah, and it's like I want to make it crystal clear that like it could be as much as a full dinner. It could be as much as like a hi, I'm so glad you came. You know what I mean? Because there's a nebulous idea of meet and greet.
Smash cut to Harlan, hands around fans at karaoke night. Everyone's got like paint on from when we went like paintballing earlier in the day.
I mean, it'd be pretty fun.
And like matching sunglasses for some reason.
I mean, don't
The
get
best
me
man at
wrong.
all their weddings.
Yeah. This fucking
All that day.
That's right. It's
that
all
day.
happening.
Anyway, Fan Expo, August 26th.
It's cool. The convention center is like right at the foot of the CN Tower, so you can see that, and like the aquarium's right there, and
Toronto.
it's right by the waterfront as well.
Yeah.
And the
If you like
windmill.
water.
The windmill?
Yeah, the windmill.
That
turbine.
classic
The
Toronto
turbine.
windmill.
The big turbine is right on the water. It's the only one
Just
there.
in
Wait, I have
Toronto,
better
there was
sound
no
effects.
windmill.
I don't think so.
Right by that. You guys know there's a windmill.
I don't know what
It's
CN
a
Tower
giant
is not a
turbine.
windmill.
No, it's not. There's another one that goes down a little further. You kind of drive towards, Oakville, Mississauga. It's by the water. It's where
The
that,
ghost lady talks to you?
It's closer to medieval times, like that spot.
Remember the chicken leg?
Do you remember
Oh, like C&E?
Jerry Saunders.
Toronto chicken
That's
leg?
crazy.
Like
There.
Ontario
Adding extra
place.
words.
My brother's
We're all
pretty
just
scared of it.
gaslighting
Ontario
Erica
place. What do you
so
mean?
hard.
Is there oh, you mean a Ferris wheel?
No, she means a wind turbine. One singular.
What
I've
if
no
we
idea.
had only
I've never
one?
seen it.
It's right on the
Wait, I
water.
think there's one at Ontario Place.
Yeah, that's the one. It's
Is
right
Ontario
on the
Place
water,
is kinda
that
cool.
spot.
Anyway,
It's just
you,
one
Jay.
wind turbine.
If you want to see one wind turbine
It
in
powers-
Ontario, come to Toronto.
It doesn't actually power anything. It's not plugged in. It just spins as a
It's
demonstration.
just for show.
It is genuinely just for show.
it powers its own spinning.
Yes,
You can plug your phone into it and it's like slow charging.
I think honestly that would be a better use of it.
That's how we do it in Canada.
One at a time.
Communal
Share the turn.
Going to have to wait a few hours here, bud.
Just
Get in line.
Get comfortable. You can grab a Timmy's while you're waiting. Do you have any toonies?
God, that's funny.
But yeah, it'll be fun. There's lots to see and lots to do in Ontario.
Lots of good people. If you have a costume, break it out. There'll be a ton of people in cosplay. That's always really fun.
And yeah, I mean, I think the next step is to get like numbers because we keep pitching it out, and now I want to know how many people are coming because then we can.
I think
play.
there's going to be like 15 or 20 people there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Wanna play some,
fucking.
like, games.
We want to play Blood on the Clock
Some,
Tower
like,
with people.
group games going or
People are gonna
karaoke.
show up and I'm gonna be like, yeah, convention, and Harlan and I are gonna be standing outside like, don't go in there. We've got so many
Got
other
stuff
fun.
planned. I booked a karaoke room. I want to sing at everybody for a while.
This went from
That's
like
It's like, hey, my turn. I'm like,
fun.
no, no,
say
no,
hi
no,
to
no.
we just like hijack
get how
the
this
entire
works.
event. Don't buy tickets
Do it.
there.
Yeah, exactly. I wish you could come down, Erica, but you said you're busy.
It's
that week.
COVID.
I'm the
Oh,
well,
that's
COVID
right.
is one
She's
thing.
being
You're being smart.
responsible.
My work is a little bit needy right now in the whole
Let me
I'm
boo.
the only one keeping alive thing.
Team
Halloween.
of one.
I'm
Team of
indefensible.
one. Yeah.
Doing
Hey,
a
yeah.
team of 4.
You're
I mean,
nailing
at
it.
job, not separate. It's an appropriate workplace.
Sexually.
No, you're doing great and being responsible, and we're not. We're gonna be wild and crazy guys like in
Get
Steve
vaccinated
Martin.
before you go. I think you can get your boosters if you can.
Yes, you can.
Now.
Oh, 100%. Everyone do that, including
Yeah.
us times 4. or whatever.
Boost up.
I mean, we have all 3, but I mean, yeah.
We should get our 4th one though.
Yeah,
Fourth
I got
and
book
fifth.
mine eventually.
There's a fourth? I don't think the
Yeah, we can
Americans
get a
have
4th
told
one
about
in
it.
here now.
Yeah, they don't know
Yeah.
much.
I'm going to tell
They
all the
can't
Americans.
count to 4.
But the 4th
One,
one, it gets injected via gun. They're like,
That's the freedom shot right there.
oh shit! I meant it more as that they like guns, not with all the shootings, but.
Oh, I thought you meant like
No, but there's so many. I mean, there's a lot of commentary there. I'm not going to wade through it, but
Just-
I more meant like guns. To go ahead.
It's
that's
in the
cool.
shape and it's like,
Dab-
what's a
Yeah,
booster? It's
dab a
50-year-old
little bit
man.
of vaccine on every bullet, and that way when everyone gets fucking
No,
shot,
I
they'll
was
like
not going to go there. I
get a
got too
side effect of.
All I was going to say was like it was more along the lines of a toddler trying to feed with like a airplane,
Oh, yeah,
being
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Here comes your shot."
But it's a
Oh, I
grown-ass
like
man.
a gun. Like that is kind of what I meant.
in his
Not
F-150.
If I know one
Joke, you
thing,
just-
is that people love T-shirt cannons, and if they get like a T-shirt
too.
cannon vaccine distributor, everyone will be getting
Did you
it.
put a
That's
needle
what you
in the
want.
t-shirt?
Just fill it with
Shoots at
needles.
syringes.
just let it rain down. on
Everyone
people.
just
They'll
please
love it.
close your eyes.
You know, you joke, but if they did a vaccine gun,
kind of
and
cool.
people would be. And could you imagine that? Okay, we spent $1 billion on vaccine guns. Have at 'em, shoot anyone you want. People would be like, oh yeah,
Shoot
Just
anyone
shooting
you
vaccines
want.
That would
everywhere.
go well
It's
in
legal.
Deadlands, Texas, I think.
Encouraged.
I
Anyway.
mean, I say I would pay $20 to get one shot at like into a
Oh, yeah.
crowd.
I would enjoy that. That'd be really fun. I mean,
It's consensual
let's just delete all
hunting,
this from
everyone's there
the
in the
show.
audience, knowing what they're getting into.
Good thing we're
So,
not live, right, guys?
Yeah.
We'll
All
fix
of
it
this
in.
is a joke. Gun violence is atrocious.
We'll
and
fix it in
horrible.
post.
Fully do not support it, and you need more
course.
tighter restrictions on your guns in the states. Fuck the NRA and all that bullshit. Oh, this isn't our show. This is Sigil.
Yeah.
Sigil believes that. I firmly believe
We do
Sigil.
not represent the views of Sigil Spotlight.
Anyone.
I mean,
Yeah, let's say that.
Sigil
what do you
Entertainment.
see? You see on like Twitter profiles, it's like the views expressed are solely my own and not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little disclaimer. That's the one we need to get.
That.
A little banner flag.
Blanket that.
we're gonna get a text
Oh,
later.
so
Being
we
like,
don't
Young people.
Hey, guys, so
heart
your
is in the
show's
right
off the
place.
air.
My heart's yeah, we're just already off.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, our hearts are in the right place. We just mean to say that we're going to Fan Expo. That was the long
That's what circle back on.
if you want to watch us get into hot water in person, come on down.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be fun.
That'd be
And
good.
Jay, if you haven't gone, even if you don't meet up with us, you should definitely check out Fan Expo. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of.
Sounds like fun. I want to buy dice that I don't need.
I mean,
That's it.
let's
I
all
kind of
buy
want
dice that we don't need.
Gary. Do you have your dice tower handy? I kind of want a dice tower
Not
like
only do
what
I
Gary
have
has.
the dice tower, I have this, which is where I keep my dice. The wife was very lovely, Mary, and hopefully they won't all fall out. But like, look look at this mess right here.
What?
God.
How often
Look
do
at
you
his
switch
face.
them out?
Never. I have too many. And like, hold on.
That's
Here's
awesome.
the dice tree.
That's
That
like
Mary
a,
also got me.
for chef's knives. You know how chefs carry around their little
Yeah.
knife case? It looks like that. Ooh,
Oh, that's nice.
Dice tree
that's
with
fun.
current set of dice. Mary also got me these.
They're gorgeous.
You have the best
You're
wife.
the best wife. Your wife's
She's
awesome.
fucking great.
Mary
Shout
Rose.
out to Mary, by the way.
Shout out.
Hey.
Super nice.
When we
Super
met
sweet.
her.
Nice.
Funny as hell, too.
Funny as hell. I had no idea who Mary was.
We just knew she was Texan.
I just knew she was
Yeah.
Texan. I had no real. It was like a very blurry picture, kind of picture who Gary would be with. I didn't picture her, and I loved her instantly. She's hilarious and so funny, and just so like joie de vivre comes. to mind,
Vivacious.
very vivacious, very like.
I married up, definitely.
Oh,
Ladies out of my
Gary.
league, but I'm like, hey, I'm the chubby funny guy. Let's go.
Gary.
Did you have a dance where you're like,
My
Oh,
seduction dance.
She's such a good dancer, and I'm just like typical like. Well, you saw me dancing at the wedding.
We saw
which
you
is just
dance.
Kind of
Yeah.
like
oh, I'm nodding
a lot
about
of
her being a
this.
good dancer.
Everyone saw everyone dance, but I don't think anyone remembered.
That's true.
I
There was a
remember
lot of-
everything.
Jay's got a steel trap memory
Yeah.
for dancing only.
Eidetic
Watching all
dancing
this
memory.
writing it
I
down.
remember I remember dancing to Spirit of the West because that was a blast.
That was fucking
And
funny.
playing the fake flute and then breaking it over my knee when I was done. Because I was done with my flute solo. And if you're Canadian, you know who Spirit of the West is.
I don't really, but I do
They're not
remember the song.
Irish.
Do
Do
anyway,
that some more?
yeah, that was it. That was the song. That was the flute solo. Yeah, Mary's lovely. A big round of applause for Mary. Although I did that sound effect, so let's go a desk bell. And that's it for the start of the show. Let's jump into.
There, we almost got to half an
You're-
hour of
Murder!
Yay.
nonsense.
You stand in the dragon's cave. Its lifeless body lie before you. The last breath within its lungs exhales, leaving a plume of greenish poison breath on the floor, which Sal eyes hungrily. And it is done. The kobolds who showed you the loot have long since departed, and as you hear the deep rumble of thunder overhead and the sky darkening beyond the entrance of the tunnel, you feel it in your bones. Something has changed. The exodus key is not what you imagined. It's not a simple, ornate key, and at first, it takes a moment to fully comprehend what you're looking at. It's a triangular stone covered in a blue liquid. One that you imagine belongs in some sort of pedestal.
I can think it's blue raspberry, and that's not helping me.
It's blue raspberry.
Sal, try it. Just taste a little bit.
I mean, I
Have
probably
some.
should, to be honest.
Give it just a quick lick. It
Let me
won't take
just
but
check
2
my.
seconds.
Let me just check my
Check your
health real
health.
fast.
How many hit points you have to rub together right now?
I am genuinely going to lick it though, because I would like to. Very
Oh my
much.
god, don't lick it.
I just
For
want to
fuck's
lick. Just want to lick it a little bit.
sake. Okay,
That was
it's
genuine.
just cave mold.
Is
It's just
it?
regular
Well,
old
what kind of
blue
cave
cave.
mold?
It's blue
That's
raspberry.
even
cave
more enticing.
All you're doing is giving more reasons.
Fine. You.
Did we get the Latin distinction on that fungus?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's a rare type of fungus. It is blue, as I mentioned. And you find yourself oddly enamored by it.
The fungus?
How much do you eat of it?
I'm gonna say enough to coat the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, and when you swallow it, you hear like whispers. It's like, and they pass pretty quickly.
They don't sound like anything I could have understood. Or...
It was too brief. It was too small a piece. You have no idea.
Interesting. Is it scrape offable?
Everything is scrape offable if you try hard enough.
I would like
Skin?
to scrape offable. All of
Yeah,
it.
you scrape off a lot of this blue mold, this blue cave mold, and you have blue cave mold.
Yes.
That will come in handy. I believe
I'm
that
gonna
to my
write this
bones.
down, honestly.
Yeah, write it down.
Brea's never seen a dragon this close before. And I mean, Cassidy was basically riding it in order to deal the final blow, right? Was it Cassidy who killed
No,
the dragon
Sal.
ultimately? Oh, Sal.
Yeah, but its belly. It was great.
Yeah. So Brea's like lifting its dead eyelid, like looking in its eyeball.
Yeah, it's
And,
like cloudy.
I want to take something. I know it's so cliche for D&D characters to be like, "Oh, monster, I want to take a trophy," but
Is it?
I don't know. I think so. Isn't
Can we
it?
take its scales?
I think it's something I do, but like as a character, I always like doing it.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
It's always
Having
cool.
monster
The difference
parts.
is you always make me roll for it. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You
I
take
don't
whatever you
always make you roll for it.
want. Oh, literally always make you roll for it. I can't count the number of times where
You
you're
want
like,
to
"Hey,
pick
roll
up
for it."
that
Like,
piece
"Ah,
of
fuck."
paper? Roll for that.
No, but when it comes to a creature part,
You fail.
no, a creature part.
I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was about to start explaining my DMing style in the middle of a podcast that I'm not
I want to
DMing
also say
for.
that you're not wrong. I think rolling for it makes sense.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I just hate it.
I want a piece of this dragon's scale.
Do it.
I want to pry one of those.
Yeah, I mean they're so hard. You know, it's like lifting a cemented ceramic stone.
It's almost like I would need to make like a strength check or something.
No.
Cool.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
Just eat your fucking pasta.
Cool, I do that.
Was
No,
it just,
again, you're so right by doing the roll. To me, I want you guys to have it because it's neat.
It is neat.
was it just the dragon's mini in Foundry, or did it have a little stinger on its tail?
Oh, it had a stinger on its tail.
I want the stinger.
Yeah, I take it.
We're like fucking
Oh, dissecting this damn thing.
like ants when you defeat something, just crawl all
Hey,
over the
you're
body
using
and
every
like
piece of the animal. I think
right.
you're
Exactly.
Yeah.
snout to tail dragon murder.
It's
Full
not-
service.
It's environmentally friendly.
I mean, it is. It's nice.
Is there a sack where its poison
Yeah.
was?
It's right under its. It's right there.
Right under its what?
You know where it is. It's
Where?
Cassie's like,
Where?
is this the poison sac? It's like,
It's so big. Did you say it was a female?
yeah, I know I did. I think the poison sac would probably be like in its mouth, right? Like I would imagine almost,
Where its lymph nodes would be.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonsils.
Where
Up
where
under its
snakes would be.
nose.
I was thinking where you're like
The
Mm-hmm.
last
Salvatore.
Parotid glands.
Salvador.
Salvadori, thank you. I'm trying to think of a joke on like Salvador, like the artist Salvador. Salvadori gland.
Yeah, parotid glands.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who's the one with the melting clocks?
Salvador
Dali.
Dali.
That's what I was trying to think of. I was trying to think of Salvador Dali gland. Anyway, back here where the saliva goes squirt is where the poison sac would be.
I'm gonna carefully remove it for my own use.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's almost like carving out a piece of, you know how certain blowfish are like highly toxic and you need to carve out just a small piece that's edible, and any misstep you can kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like something you might have
Jay
to
and
roll.
I know.
Something you might have to
Everyone
roll
else is
for.
Well,
No, you
I-
don't. But Joe, you have to roll for watching Jay do it.
I'll do it. In case it sprays me in the face. I rolled a 19.
It's like wherever you move in the cave, whenever anyone does, I make Brea roll. It's like that lemon squeeze, and it squeezes across the room just right in your eye. You're like, fuck. You like go outside, and it's like, oh, she's gone now. You do it again. It like ricochets off the roof and hits her outside. What the fuck?
There's a little hole in the ceiling of the cave. And just.
Yeah, you're great. You got both. And you have a big old poison sack now. It's just leaking everywhere.
In that case,
No, I don't want it to leak.
Do I have full dibs on like the cave mold on the triangle key?
Yeah, it's like everywhere. You realize now it's everywhere. We're just part of
Oh,
the
you
cave.
didn't say
It's
that.
cave. Well, because you're right. I'm sorry.
To be fair, there was
I did a bad job.
There was a more important feature in the cave, which was the
key,
dragon.
or
and-
this
Oh,
magic
yeah.
sword that you found. But whatever, cave.
I
mold.
love
Yeah,
that
let's
everyone
do it.
is like, "Fuck this fucking key and the
Fuck this
and
stuff
the
that we're here
sword."
for. I want
What's
to
growing on these
dissect this
walls?
dragon, and I want to eat this fucking mold.
Dungeons
This
and
is supposed to be a
Dragons.
PG-13 stream, and I'm totally losing it. I apologize. We got one swear. Everything else, no more swears from here on out.
Okay.
Sugar.
I don't have anything to say.
I don't want to talk anymore then. So yes, you have as much cave mold as you can carry, which isn't much, admittedly, because you don't have many empty glass jars to carry it.
I would like for everyone to finish their shenanigans because Sal's gonna have to have a moment.
That implies that what you're doing is not shenanigans, and I call false.
Hang on.
Rich coming from Sal to be like, "Finish your shenanigans." He of the poison in his
Cassidy's
mouth.
like deep
Yeah.
in the gullet of the fucking. God damn it! That lasted like 15 seconds. Cassidy's like deep in the gullet of the dragon, carving this thing out, covering in blood. You know, Garrus is like holding it open, and Sal's like eating his mold. Shenanigans aside, everyone.
What are you all doing?
Let me know when you're done over there.
So what do? You've dissected the dragon.
He's on to all of us or just Sal?
Anybody. You're welcome to just jump in at any point. There is a magic sword. Garrus, you walk over to the sword and you notice that it thrums with magic. And in the hour it takes to Brea, it takes Brea to pull the scale off, which I kind of for some reason imagine just everyone else just sitting around watching, not helping.
Just we're not
It's
helping
like-
at all. Like, no. Just gotta do this on our own.
It's all yours. Yeah, it's good for her. You recognize this as the Dragon Slayer longsword. While wielding this magic weapon, you gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. And when you hit a dragon with this weapon, the dragon takes an extra 3d6 points of slashing damage. For the purpose of this weapon, dragon refers to any creature with the dragon type, including dragon turtles and wyverns.
Do we know a dragon turtle?
And
Back in
Dragonborns?
that when we were alive, we knew a dragon turtle that had the quills. No, we didn't.
And bearded dragons. Like little lizards. You can just destroy them.
Fuck. Oh, sorry.
That's what it's tough.
One thing we asked for.
Hey, Garrus, to make it very clear, I've got this sword. I'll put it in my bag for now. When we can talk about
And there's a
that.
dragon on your back and you stab it and you kill it.
No. I don't even know what I have as a weapon. Like I have a.
I don't use
scimitar.
one.
We're like 6 episodes in this. You don't even have as a weapon?
I have been doing a lot of things that were not actually stabbing. So.
Oh, that's true. You transform a lot.
Is the Dragon Slayer longsword a finesse weapon?
That's a good question. It is
Not probably, I would like for it to be.
not. I mean, it's a long sword. So
Yeah.
is a long sword a finesse weapon?
No.
Then no.
Can I wield it as a wolf and or frog?
Yes.
Hey.
Terribly.
Yes, wolf, no.
But you can. I would love to see a frog.
Frog,
with
yes,
a
wolf,
sword.
no.
Just in your mouth.
Yeah, just like really crappily swinging it back and forth,
Wasn't
cutting
that a
off your own
Bloodborne
legs.
boss? With the sword in its teeth. Am I okay? This is like a wind turbine all over again. I'm pretty sure there was some sort of Bloodborne boss that had like a giant sword. In
Oh, a
its teeth.
Bloodborne boss. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay, one for one. One in a row.
We've already established that From Software games are too difficult for this group. We don't mind
true.
them, but we don't get too far in them, unless
They're
Erica
fine.
disagrees.
No, I played a solid week of getting to almost the bridge in the first part,
Yeah.
and then I haven't gotten any farther than that, and that was.
And then we all watch YouTube playthroughs and go,
Nice.
that's how you do it.
Good for them.
That's what I would do.
Good for them.
Nothing
Okay,
wrong with that.
the sword we have, and I might try to finesse it from people. Finesse weapon that way. But if
Is it
everyone
finesse if I try to steal it?
Is it even to use it to finesse someone? Be like, hey, look at my sword.
I think,
like
you know
me
what would be
better
really
than-
awesome? If you really wanted a finesse weapon, I think I would totally allow a day of downtime and a blacksmith. Because I think you could shred away, and we would basically turn it to a rapier. But I like, this is the extent of my DMing, where it's like, cool, if you want it to be finesse, I think either we decide it's not, but in this case, because I already said it was a long sword, or we find a way to mechanically change it a little bit, because I don't think it matters that much, and that would be so cool.
Otherwise, I don't think anyone's going to use it.
Yeah, well, a blacksmith would help.
Wait, is it only +1 on weapon attacks with that weapon?
Damage
on Earth
to hit and for damage, I believe.
Yeah, you have to be using it, though.
Damn it. Well, all right.
Well, obviously,
Just
if
hold
you're
it
using
and then use a different weapon.
That's what Erica's
Is that
asking.
what you were pushing for?
Yeah. Hold it. Like, I want to, like,
That's
give you
Just
some moral
sellotape
support.
it to your other
You're a
weapon.
cheeky. That's a cheeky little answer. No.
Just tie it to your crossbow.
Just fire the long
using
sword
it.
at people.
Just stick it through your arm. Like, I'm using it all the time.
And to some other cheeky person who said that how useful it is to have a long sword that kills dragons after we killed the dragon. You didn't have to kill the dragon to take the sword. You could have snuck in and taken it, or
Oh, we could have killed it after with the sword.
I mean, it's an
Oh.
RPG. Do it however you want.
We
but
didn't need it, though.
No.
Yeah, we were so busy talking to a frickin' bird outside. When did we have time to take a sword?
That
Do
bird was
something
my
useful.
favorite.
See?
So Brea finishes prying this scale off of the dragon,
Yeah.
and wipes the sweat from her brow. She's drenched, and she's like, all right. So did we lose daylight? I think, can we make it back? I don't want to have to pay Judic another extra day if we don't have to. Can we?
We just got
Should we get
1,000
going?
gold.
I
Yeah.
know, but that's,
And we've been up
I don't
and
know
down
how
this
much
road a few
stuff
times.
costs in this land.
Yeah.
It could be like 1,000 gold for a smoothie. We don't know yet.
Before we go,
But that smoothie.
I have a couple of questions just for my own memory. If we die, if one person dies, they go ostensibly back to the beginning again and lose all their memories, right? Okay, but that means everybody else is alive and still keeps the key with them.
That's the impression I think that we're laboring
That's the
under.
impression that
Okay,
I get.
great.
Bang, bang, bang.
Garrus
Everyone
cuts his
has
head
their
off.
pockets full of this blue cave mold that Sal's now insisting on bringing, and especially
Everyone?
I mean, as much as I can slip onto you guys, as much as you'll
It's
allow
like,
me.
no.
I don't like moldy
Sal,
pockets
stop
at all.
pushing cave moss into my pocket.
I
Make a
have
stealth
enough
check,
to-
Sal.
You
Look
know
down
I
and
can't
Sal's
do
like-
that. Actually, I'm only give it a
Sleight of hand.
I'm not the DM. I was just fucking around.
Sleight of hand.
I got
Sorry.
12. Does that work? Anyone?
No.
anyone
Is
gonna
anyone's
know?
passive perception below 12?
No.
Watch mine be fucking yes.
Damn it. Yeah.
Is it?
Mine is 10.
Yeah, so you put
Mine's 14.
blue
Put some in
cave
there.
goo in Garrus'.
Garrus is like, no, I don't want your cave mold.
I
He
don't
turns
want any of
around and
that.
Sal's just like, doot.
He's gonna reach in there and I go, what the fuck is this?
With our pockets as full as possible, I want to then use the remaining cave mold, and I would like to now stuff my face in order to, because I heard little whispers. It was only for a brief moment. So if a little bit will give me a second, then surely a lot of it will give me a minute.
Die.
Logic.
So I'm checking the whole.
Inescapable logic. Yeah. You start. So
But could I use the detect poison disease spell first?
no. Because you
Detect
said I
poison?
You
stuffed
said
it
I
down
stuffed
my mouth.
my face with.
Yeah, honestly,
you already know.
it's gonna do something to me. Yeah, just screw it. Just do it.
Okay, so I just need everyone to understand this is what happens. Sal, after collecting cave mold, turns to everyone and says, "Stop goofing around," and then proceeds to stuff her goddamn face, his goddamn face, with all of the mold that you saw on the walls.
All of
in
it.
the cave. Well, as much as possible is
Yeah.
what he said. As much as possible. So just amazing. Yeah. Okay. And Sal's eyes roll back in their head, basically, for a moment. They become nearly catatonic. And again, I kind of picture Brea and Cassidy and Garrus just standing there being like, it's like, Sal's like, so like,
I can't say
we'll let
this
this
is
play
me.
out.
It's not the first time.
Yeah,
it
that's
won't
what
be
I mean.
the
You're
last
just
time.
looking on. You know, Cassidy's just like shaving a piece of wood, like not really. No one giving a
Brea's
fuck.
like turning this dragon scale over in her
Sal's
hands,
just-
looking at it, and, like
Like-
reflecting light on the wall.
I'm
of
gonna
the
get
your
that gem
hands-
back.
Your hands jut down, your knees and arms lock, and your jaw locks, and your eyes roll back, and the whispers become really intense, and you hear voices all in your head whispering, layered on top of layer on top of layer, but all the voices you hear are your own. What you hear are the conversations that happened. You hear Brea, you hear Cassidy, you hear Garrus. And at first it becomes just a cacophony of noise until you realize it's the reflections of the conversation that you had with the dragon before the battle, and even the sounds of battle. What this cave moss has done has absorbed the sounds it heard, and it plays them back without real rhythm or just kind of a blast of the senses. And you pick up little words of Brea saying, "Behind cover," and the dragon saying, "You fools," and Garrus considering the options, and at once your eyes snap back, you're unlocked, and you are back into the present.
Oh boy.
Pretty cool.
I'm gonna do a quick little check, and let me know if I have to roll for this. Is this something that I would find in our world?
No.
Okay, so I would like to look at Brea and volunteer
I'll allow it.
my share of the dragon gold if she will not protest me keeping the cave moss.
Tell it to me in character.
Yeah.
I want to respond.
Brea,
Yeah.
how partial would you say are you towards moss?
Moss in general, or the moss that you just binge ate?
Brea, how partial are you towards moss that I like?
I don't know, Sal.
Would you be willing to then perhaps allow me to keep this moss?
Yeah. You can have the moss.
Oh, all right, well,
I'm not the moss boss.
You are now. Coin that phrase, you become the moss boss.
then I'm glad we've come to an agreement. It has been as pleasant as always negotiating with you.
You're so welcome.
All right,
Are you
free moss!
Sal's secretly being like, and I didn't even have to give up 250 gold. Like, that was
so
a
happy.
logical trade. I got away with it. Everyone's just
And why
like,
assuming Brea is like your barrier between having the moss or not, and then thinking you
I love
need to
it so
pay
much.
Brea to have it?
only I can convince Brea that this would be worthwhile. I love the idea of like Sal in the corner, like looking over at Brea, who's like just picking her teeth and being like, but she'll know the value. 250, is it enough?
She'll never let me get away with it.
And then Sal like trying to be like,
Being nice to me, like,
so
Brea, you did really good
Brea,"
today.
Like trying to play
By the
fucking
way.
coy. And Brea's just like,
How would
psycho,
you like a
yeah.
sword?
I love it. That's great. Okay. You have this useless cave moss.
It's not useless. I heard things. This is incredible. I'll be.
That's
able
true.
to-
Actually, I'm going to give myself inspiration for a really cool.
Great job,
little-
Harley.
This is great, Mom.
thing.
I love it.
Value is something that's culturally decided upon.
It's true, and I've decided that that's now valuable.
There you go.
I'm
I'm
not
calling it
revealing my
memory
discovery
moss.
to any of them. By
It's
the
like
way.
memory foam, but memory moss.
Even better.
It remembers what it heard.
Oh my god, I'm calling it that.
Yeah, memory moss. There you go. That's
Are
that's
you done? Can we go, please?
I'll allow it.
Like licking the moss from the stones.
Oh my god, as much as I can get.
Yeah.
All right.
Cassidy, wake up.
Sorry.
I have filled my belongings. How much do I have, by the way?
Moss?
Yeah.
How much do you want?
As much as I can possibly. What do I have to roll and or calculate to find out the maximum amount?
Sal, I don't typically worry about like poundage on a character.
Encumbrance.
Encumbrance, thank you. I like poundage, but we'll go with
That's
the
good.
logical
That
word.
sounds like how voluptuous a character is.
Yeah, it's pretty sexy.
How poundage. How
Yeah,
pound.
poundage check.
But for Sal's case, I'll make an exception. I'll say, weapons aside and armor and stuff, I'm going to say, I think the average character can carry 50 pounds. Is that where we're at?
Oh no, there's rules about your strength score.
Okay,
and-
whatever. Whatever your
shit.
strength score is, if you choose, I will allow you, minus rough weapon weights and stuff, to fill your capacity. So you could have up to 45 pounds.
What's your
of this
strength
moss,
score?
if you want?
Score.
But you can't pick anything
Strength
else.
score?
Up. You
That's
are
unfair.
like
What's your strength
I
score?
have a 12.
Middling.
You
my
can
current
carry
capacity-
180 pounds.
Okay.
so minus your gear and stuff, which I would imagine is 40 pounds or something.
Hang on,
I don't know
hang on,
what
hang
you
on.
got.
I got 61 pounds there, plus, and apparently I've got 59 pounds here. How much is that? Minus, what'd you say, 140?
160.
Hold on. What's 60 pounds?
You got a
What are
lot of
carrying
stuff going
60
on.
pounds?
I know. So I got 40 pounds I can take. What can I drop? I have an iron pot. Why do I have that?
Drop it. Now we're playing a video
Drop it
game.
like it's pie.
That.
You made your tea in the iron pot with
I don't
Carla.
Yeah,
I
that
have-
was good.
I have
The memory
9
that I
pounds
remembered.
in my
Gone.
inventory.
Yeah, I don't know how she's got 60.
Remember Kala?
Is the party not at all worried about Sal
I-
throwing out the pot she just used to collect moss? I
No.
feel like there's a worry here.
I
To
have,
be like,
I have the. Do I have to have the iron pot to have the moss?
no, but as an onlooker,
Oh my god.
I just watched my friend go catatonic and then be like, I need this moss. I feel like out of context, I'd be like, guys, this moss is like consuming her. It's a disease. Like it feels supernatural almost.
I'm imagining Sal gathering moss into the pot and stuffing it and then hefting it and putting the moss in his pockets, and then throwing away the pot to continue gathering more moss.
Yeah, like if I said, okay, Sal, you're possessed by the moss and you need to collect it, I feel like you guys would kind of be like, oh, we should be worried about this. So I didn't say that, but the cargo cult science is the same.
No.
You still see him frantically running around trying to gather this.
Because
Is anyone
this-
concerned?
Has always been in character for Sal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's
fair.
always done that. From the locusts, from episode 2, Sal has been gathering
And the moss
random
Next
shit.
time, fair warning, Sal, next time I'm going to curse you, and then they won't know the difference, and you'll just be like,
You'll never get help.
be like, you're cursed with collecting as much moss as possible and stuffing it in your face. And you're like, well, that tracks.
On that note, I seem to be carrying both elven chain and leather armor. My old leather armor. Can I drop my old leather armor and get another 10 pounds?
Yes, you can drop valuable armor
God.
for moss that exists
Minus
naturally in
10.
this world that nobody wants.
If you want, I'll carry all of your money, Sal.
I mean, how much is that?
I'll carry your stuff. I'll carry some of your things if that's...
Gem.
I have rations. Do we eat here? I have a torch. Why do I need a torch? I don't need a torch. I'm
Everyone's
not
just
using the torch
tossing
since I've been
everything.
here.
Just like a pile of useful things.
I'm dropping the torch. We don't have a torch anymore.
Okay.
So I'm at 70 pounds of moss.
So you see this pile of discarded useful gear that Sal has tossed, and just you're like a Violet Beauregard is Blueberry with this moss. You're just like it's busting out of you.
I'm
You're
taking anything that's valuable that he's discarding.
like, yeah,
You
do
want a
it.
bedroll?
Yeah.
That's 7 pounds.
You
That's
pick up a
No.
little tube
moss.
of colored goo.
Yeah.
I do.
Bedroll gone. Someone for the next adventurer. Minus 7.
Bedroll gone.
77 pounds of moss.
Garrus is like the bedroll, but
What are you
Sal's like,
gonna
I'll sleep with you. It's fine.
What are you
Look,
gonna
I'm
sleep
gonna return.
in?
What the hell do I shove a shovel? I don't need a shovel or cook's utensils. Guys, I have so much crap on me. It's like I'm a little.
Oh, so this is like really a Mary Kondo, like, does this bring me
Nothing
joy?
sparks
And the moss
joy.
brings me joy. So
Instead of
all
does
hail
this,
the moss.
instead of does this bring me joy, it's just is this moss?
I will keep the
Is it
shovel.
moss?
I don't want to go crazy. 85
Moss?
pounds of moss.
I don't want to go crazy. 85 pounds of moss is good enough.
Do you know what the volume of moss is for 85 pounds?
You just have a fucking net
this
of
is
it
like
just behind
goo.
your back.
Yeah.
Oh, it is in there. Like I have, I'm
God.
able to like make a raincoat and like sew that into pouches, like waterproof pouches. I'm doing that. I have so many layers on me. I'm just
Good.
sticking
You
them
got all the
together.
moss. Sal's got the moss.
85 pounds of memory.
I can't wait to hit you with an arrow and just fucking moss starts falling.
At a,
Don't do that to me.
my
I will be
moss.
it's
so
all gonna go
devastated.
bad in 45 minutes too.
No,
It's
it
like
won't.
video game.
No, it won't.
It has the timer where it turns
Hold
yellow
on,
and it's
hold
like
on. You didn't ask if it goes bad.
so after a certain amount of time, because to gather 85 pounds of moss, it takes a while.
Impressive.
Brea
But
is like
in all fairness, you're also pulling scales off, removing poison. Like I
Sure,
pictured
sure,
this
sure,
all
sure.
happen simultaneously.
Okay.
It is a long time to cut apart a dragon as well.
we take some time here. I'm gonna take a short rest.
I will
Yes.
note that I do also have
Yeah.
create and destroy water, so I can water my moss as I go along.
You can water your moss,
Okay.
yes.
I will assume that works. I won't question it. Very detailed.
You're gonna be a walking biome.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes.
Oh, this is so good. I'm so happy.
Michelle
So
wrote,
happy.
Sal, an adult human head weighs approximately 11 pounds, so you could still carry more.
I have so many heads.
You
worth
have
of moss.
You have an extra whole back half of an animal dangling off of you.
I am so happy. I can put that. I have a saddle. What did I
You're
have a
literally
saddle?
a pack animal at this
I am
point.
a pack animal. Oh my god! I need to be.
You're a
able to wild
centaur.
shape into a
Oh.
zombie.
You know what? I'm pretty sure centaurs have a higher carrying
Yeah,
capacity
but
than
you would
most
only be able to
humanoids.
carry it when you're in centaur mode.
I am.
So what's
Centaur mode activate.
What's your
Which means I'll
plan?
just put it down when I wild shape. Well, no, because I got my gem on my side.
People are
Yeah,
fast with
yeah.
this shit.
Equine
I-
build.
how do I
You count
activate?
as one size larger when determining your carrying capacity and the weight you can push or drag. So
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
85,
Okay, so
don't
you
want to
collect
do
your
it.
moss, you do your short rest, and you guys leave the fucking cave.
yep.
You
That's
walk
fine.
out. It's now the next day. You're like, what? When did the night pass?
We didn't even sleep either. We were in the darkness of the cave.
Constantly arguing about moss.
Moon came
and
up,
Sal
down, sun came
waddles,
back
I
up.
want to stress, waddles out of the cave. Like, because you are at your brink.
Yeah.
You know in Skyrim when you have like one more wedge of cheese and then you walk slow? You are one wedge of moss away from just slowing down the whole party.
Well,
So,
it's not just that, because when you are encumbered in D&D, I believe you start to take levels of exhaustion.
That's right. Which we'll
Well, I
do
better
the minute you
not.
pick one thing up.
You can't take a piece of fucking paper.
It's okay.
Sorry.
We're going to be great. Anyway, so you start heading out into the fetid swamp area. Not the fetid swamp, because that's a whole nother thing. The swampy area. And
We can't tell Judic what just happened. We just can't.
She's
I mean,
going to
other than
see
the dragon.
85
With the
pounds
moss?
of moss.
Well, we need a story for that.
Let's say it's grass.
Why? Why do you care what Judic thinks?
I don't know. I just really want to impress her for some reason.
I'm bringing back
Sal?
You
Ow.
survived. That's pretty good.
Sal
of
needed
my
his
moss?
stupid moss. We killed the dragon. We have the key.
And bits of the dragon.
You're
I
right.
think we're doing pretty good.
You're right. You're right.
No, this is actually good. I would love everyone to continue thinking this is plain moss because I don't want any of you to have it.
What?
Whatever you say.
Sal, we watched you eat and go catatonic from it. We know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Can you please put up the Marie Kondo image that was just shared?
I'd be worried if you weren't so hardy.
Cassidy, why do you care what Judic thinks?
I don't know. I just she seems like she is very helpful, and that that I just like we need her on this trip. If we don't have her, who's going to lead us around? And I just think that her liking us and being impressed with us is for everyone's.
Liken us?
Yeah, like in a professional manner.
I was making a cave moss joke.
Liking us.
Thank
That's
you.
really funny.
Hold on. Cassidy, I have a pretty good, shall we say, vibe detector. I know that's a D&D term.
It's a technical term, yes.
Do you know Judic from before? I guess you don't have any memories, but do you think she remembers you?
Yeah, I asked her about it, and she remembers me, but I don't remember her.
That must be such a mind f.
Wait, have you met me? Have any of you met me?
No, I promise. We're brand new here, as far as I know. Although I
Insight
guess,
check.
how would I know
No.
that we're new here?
Dun dun. Dun dun dun.
I suppose
dun.
we have the same last memory, maybe. I don't know.
I've got a question
I got
from
an
my
answer.
adventure a moment
Is it about
ago.
moss?
It's about the moss, yes.
Jesus.
Did I hear any conversations that took place by the dragon that we did not say in front of the dragon just now?
You didn't eat enough moss to know.
You gotta have another moss
More
meal.
moss.
Gotta
You guys
eat.
better find a way to make that important.
The
'cause I'm not
only
eating
thing
it
that's
until then.
keeping this story from progressing is Sal not eating enough.
No. This is the story. This is where we're at, and this is the
One
important
half
thing.
orc. Half orc, half
Story.
moss.
How did you figure it out so fast? Just eat the moss.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay, we're good.
Here, and then we're at the place.
Doesn't matter. You don't want to press that Judah Cassidy.
No, I do for sure. I just I don't
should've
know if
just let that
Cassidy
die.
wants to
Where's
talk
the-
about it, because then we got talking about moss again.
You're used to ignoring Sal. Just keep pressing.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I've ever. Wait, Cassidy, how do you know that this has been happening to you over and over again? I guess just because people say that they've met you before, right?
Well, yeah, I kept ending up at that inn that I met y'all at, and there was always something that I left for myself, which is difficult the first few times, and then just it just gets less fun and less fun as it goes on. But just everywhere I seem to go, people remember me, and for some reason, that part I remember, but I don't. It's like I get deja vu, but right in, like too late in the moment when it's happening. Like I don't remember that. I don't remember meeting any of these people, but I remember that they should remember me. If that
Doesn't make any sense. No,
Yeah.
like how is that less fun? You're free. You can do anything you want. There are literally no consequences for your actions. This is paradise.
Yeah, except I keep doing this over and over because I have to.
I mean, when you think about it, none of us have to do anything. We don't have to do any of this.
But
We
would you
could-
guys give up trying to find the keys?
No,
I mean, I
I
know
wouldn't.
Sal wouldn't.
I have to bring the moss back. Just
Just muttering about mom.
But like a good 20 feet back. Sal's like,
But I mean, why do you care? You don't even remember anymore. Why do you keep going?
I know that I owe somebody something, and I have to get it to them. And I don't even remember what that is, but I know that I have to see that through.
But it's
And-
making you miserable.
No, it's
I mean, not to speak for you, but
No, I'm so excited that I met you all, and this has been the best go around. I have to say, from all the
You don't
ones I
know that.
remember. Well, it feels pretty good. I just, when you just have to do something, you don't have a reason. I just have to do this, and the fact that we even made it through this first trial, I mean that's got to be something, right? Everyone was telling us we couldn't do it. I feel like
Yeah,
we could
well,
actually do it. And you want to get
those-
home.
kind of, though. I mean, when I was back there, I didn't want to be anywhere where I was. The whole reason that I took the voyage, that I was exploring this new place, was because I didn't want to be myself anymore. I didn't want to know any of the people that I knew before. And I guess I'm just frustrated that the way forward seems to be the way backward. I don't know. Maybe there'll be answers somewhere. I hope so.
Do you want to go back?
I don't want to go back. I just want to be different. And I guess part of me is really jealous of you, because it seems like you're changing all the time.
Well, after everything we're about to go through, I think there's no way you could be the same. I mean, this is going to be some heck of a journey.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Inspiration for both of you.
What? Thank you.
Woo!
And Sal, I'm removing inspiration. Just kidding. Sal, you get inspiration too. I like it. I love it. All the mosh shit's fucking hilarious.
Of course it is.
And Garrus, inspiration for you for leaving space so that they can be weird.
That's
Hey.
teamwork.
Thanks, bud.
You're a hero.
I say it sarcastically that sometimes the best thing you can do in playing D&D is to leave space for their players, and Gary's doing a good
Sometimes.
job.
It's
Yeah.
about the notes you don't play.
No, it's true though. Like you
It
could
can
play.
be, yeah.
Yeah, of
But
course.
for real though, like you could play every scene and push yourself in every scene, and it becomes a worse game for it. And it's knowing when to step back, and it's worth rewarding that too. Because I'm so you know what, generosity for
Hey,
you too.
inspiration for you.
DM.
DM inspiration.
How's Harlan's GM? He gives himself inspiration a lot. That's it. Yeah, it's kind of.
Best.
Me sweet.
So you pushed yourself through the autumnal woods and return to the glade you first entered with Judic. Your eyes fall upon her first, Cassidy, as you push through in the bright morning in the deep forest. There's sort of an awkward note between the two of you. Her face sort of lifts for a moment, excited that you returned, and then also falls for an unexplained reason. You enter and see the grand tree, surrounded again by dancing pixies. With a deep, ancient voice, it says, "Welcome and peace, friends. Welcome for your return," and shutters softly in the morning light.
It wasn't easy, but we have the key. We killed that dragon.
"Thank you," the tree says,
You're welcome.
and walks away. No, just kidding. "Then you have seen the truth. I was deceptive in promising that I held the key. The truth is, the dragon took possession of it the moment she landed here in the deep forest. But I tell no lie in the effect her poison had on the area. Surely you saw it while approaching her cave."
Slow pan to Sal.
Did more than see it.
I did see it, yes.
Slow pan back.
"I cannot thank you enough for what you have done. To truly understand, I must explain what this deep forest means, not just to myself, but to the hereafter." And she sort of shudders and steps back, and for the first time you realize that this tree, while rooted to the ground, is mobile. It moves, its large roots pulling earth from it as it steps back. The pixies flit from its limbs and fall by the wayside. The trees surrounding even take sort of a step back, and she reveals beneath her a wood surface like that of a tree that was once there, a wide tree that's cut, and on it almost like burnt marks. And Judic sort of stands up as if sort of surprised and walks over to join you. As you see down, you see for the first time that image of the world that you exist in, this circular pie-shaped plateau. And the tree says, "The hereafter functions much like any world, but only in the way the creatures and the beings interact. The plane itself is unlike any you've been to before. But there," it gestures with a large limb towards the center, to where you've seen the verdant city. "The verdant city lies in the center as the heart. Beneath, the undercity, the darkened pit of what horrors truly exist, and above the sky citadel. This only functions with balance. And she turns to you with her oaken eyes. Balance is important and imperative to this world. It is not about the light or the dark, but the existence of both, that need to thrive in order for this world to exist. The dragon came from the chasms. Again, she gestures at the pie piece just to the sort of north of where you're at now, and threw off the balance, trying to encroach upon the deep forest. Know that it should not be to benefit one or the other, but to find a balance. This will allow you to exit the hereafter and truly come to terms with what each of you has lost. She says and shudders.
You are extremely wise and you seem to be very informed in the matters of this world. Can you tell me if anyone has ever achieved this goal before, or will we be the first?
I do not have an answer for what you ask. This plane does not work the same way wherever you came from does. We are not meant to know who leaves this place. And the three that control and vie for your attention are not so easily summoned. Their power, though once great, has very quickly dwindled in the last millennia.
What do you mean?
They are not what they claim to be. And her eyes scan the horizon, the tree line, and then fall back upon you. And that is all I can truly say. And she shifts back over the image that she had shown you.
I want to ask, where would we go next? Now that we've proven ourselves here.
That is not a question from me, but for someone much more experienced. She almost tips her massive branches towards Judic, who raises an eyebrow and a floppy ear and turns towards the four of you. I won't lie, Davmop and I made a bet, and one of us lost. But I'm glad to see the four of you made it.
Did you bet against us with your dog?
Most of the time I win.
I run over and get Simon, by the way.
Oh yeah, Simon is like, she's still holding Simon, and you take Simon back, and yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
by the way,
I would humbly request that you keep your tortoise friend away from my bounty.
Oh, Simon loves moss, and he's so hungry.
What bounty was it that you got there?
Nothing worth mentioning or eating by other creatures.
Most dragons have a hoard. I was just surprised.
speaking of which, Brea opens up her purse and counts out 10 gold and walks over to Judic and puts it in her palm for today.
Perfect. And the other half?
Is it
20
It's
gold a
15.
day.
15.
is it 15?
I think it's 20 gold a day.
I wrote it down, but like I said, everything was
I
lost
also
in
wrote
the
it down, and I wrote
fire.
20 a day, but we might have
I
negotiated.
think we negotiated down
How about
to
this?
10.
Let's say this, because I don't think anyone really cares. You pay her the amount
I pay
she's
her
owed.
for today.
Yeah. Unless it's higher.
I'm not keeping track.
Yeah. This is funny money. You're in the underworld or whatever.
That's where we
We
are.
managed to spend 10 gold on bracelets, so I'm pretty sure 15 to 20 on a rabbit guide is
It's a
pretty...
nice bracelet.
It's not!
You don't
Garrus walk
understand
up to
fashion.
Judic and just be like, hey, we found a pretty nice sword in there. And he look at the bracelets and be like,
Yeah.
given the amount of shysters in the town, do you have a blacksmith you trust that, won't try to F us if we bring
Hey.
this pretty nice sword to them. Your
That's
bracelets are beautiful, but they were expensive for bracelets, weren't they? Let's be honest here.
I mean, that's a great option, though. Judic, maybe. What's her class? What's her speciality?
She's a ranger.
She could use a longsword.
What?
But she ranges.
She ranges.
She's a range ranger, or she's
a
an up
rage
close
ranger.
rangey.
She's
What
a
do we call
barbarian
them?
ranger.
A mailer.
No, we had a funny word for it, like a sighty, a swordy or a bowie.
Oh yeah, Sorty or a Bowie.
Or a
She's a
Bowie.
Bowie.
She's a bowie. All right. Never mind then.
All right.
yeah, let me share
Let's do it.
So then, Judic, in your estimation,
Elevator.
should we have a musical interlude?
Mama, Papa, something to do. That's how he does it. It's like a little off key and he breaks. Trust me. I know. And those are all the right lyrics too.
I love you.
Anyway, yeah, let's.
Judic, in your estimation, where should we attend to next? Do you have experience anywhere else besides this place? Or do you just take everyone here, they die, and then you go back to town?
She says, "Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence.
You've told us literally everyone else that you've accompanied has died, so it's not really a vote of confidence.
Did they eat the poison or the moss? I bet they didn't.
No, most people don't eat poison. I don't know what you're talking about with moss.
Yes.
What moss are you talking about?
Never
Don't
mind.
forget the moss. My party is quite fatigued from.
Yeah,
all
she
the-
like looks at you and sees moss just like brimming out of every pocket and orifice.
Pay no attention to the mob.
She looks up and down and she's like, "Is that? Are you carrying cave moss?"
No.
Okay. And she like looks between everyone awkwardly and she looks back at you. She goes, "Are you lying right now?"
Roll for deception. Roll.
I don't have dice. Yeah, give me a.
Do you mean to roll for you, Harlan?
Yeah, roll for me.
I'll be your designated roller.
I'll be your roller.
7.
13 plus whatever Judic's insight is.
2, we'll say.
So 15.
7. So you're lying, and she knows. Why are you lying?
If I say that yes, I have moss, will you take it from me?
No.
Well, then I have moss.
Good. You know it can't exist outside of a cave, right? It'll die almost instantly.
I'll take my chances.
Sure.
Thank
You look like a big wet dragon's cave. So
Exactly. The environment is preserved. I do
Yeah.
this for most of my living.
and you look down and like the tops are already like gray. Like
How do
parts
I
of it
start
are
like? How do I start like?
Becoming a cave.
fixing it? Yeah.
becoming a cave?
I become a
Can I go to cave school?
specifically a 10 by 40 bear cave.
Can I,
I mean,
replicate the environment of a dragon?
Sal is
I-
a shape changer.
I was very clear that you first put it in a glass jar because that's
Yeah.
kind of how it would have to be kept.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you try to put algae and like carry it in your pocket, it's just gonna kind of die, especially something that's living because, as we all know, cave conditions are sort of their own thing.
Just
Some would
pulling
say it's
up-
like its own climate or biome.
Just pulling up handfuls of grass like outside and then putting it in a bag, and then you're looking in the bag like, why isn't it alive?
But not only that, it's like scraping pond scum, and then like it dries off as you're walking, obviously, and it's
Sal
just.
is a professional. He does this
You'd
all
think.
the time. Yeah.
You'd think he
so
was.
He would not just take cave moss, delicate, precious, beautiful cave moss. And just
You
stick it in
tell
his
me how
pocket.
you would have kept cave moss that's meant to be in a humid, somewhat damp environment in the dark,
Yes.
and walk out in the bright forest
Super
autumnal.
cool. Super simple. If I've got those glass jars that I have, what I said I have create water, so I'm gonna make myself a nice little damp environment, and then I'm putting it all under my layers and layers of cloth that I always have with me to keep it shielded from the sun.
Okay, cool.
Very
Roll
clean.
with disadvantage to see if that helped.
Okay. What do I roll? Nature?
Nature.
Yes. Okay, that's a 17.
Yeah.
But that's
What?
that's a 20.
Okay.
Hey.
So
Only half of it seems to be dead.
how the
We walked for a while.
Yeah, but I've been keeping it nice and preserved the entire
Cave
time.
moss, Sal. It's not meant to be
Sounds like-
scraped off the wall.
Am I not a terrarium?
What the hell is this?
But I was petting the bird so hard. Why didn't it like it?
Sam wants to know which half is dead.
The bottom half is fine because it's got like a protective layer of dead moss on the top. So,
That'll do it. That'll do it.
so you
By
are carrying
using this-
85 pounds of moss, 40 in it of which is dead, and 40 of which is fine-ish.
And so it's protecting the lower level, so it's
For
fine.
now.
now.
For now. I mean,
What?
You're not a cave, Sal.
But the dead moss
Like
doesn't have to lose
52.
its value. It can just be a different
Maybe it
different
becomes
form
more
of the
potent.
moss.
Dried,
Right.
dead.
You can make moss tea.
Cave
If you had an
moss
iron
tea.
pot that you threw away.
If only you had an
Oh, my pot!
How's everything? How's everything?
Hello,
Now we have-
Okay, so you're telling me I still have 45 pounds of
The best way this happens though is that Judith says this to you, and Sal for like 5 minutes is just staring, and like one eyebrow is like going up and down as she's like as he's like doing all this and realizing it, and all of this he's like talking to himself. No, this is dead.
Starting to like rummage through the moss.
I could be a tartare. I am a terrarium. And everyone is just continuing the
What a life,
conversation.
not
Like
a
Judith
terrarium.
says it offhandedly. She's like, "Yeah, you know it's all going to be dead, right? Because it's cave moss."
So, Judic,
Yeah.
where would you suggest we go next? Presuming that you've been anywhere else.
I think it might be wisest to head to the Undercity through the chasm. It is one of the more difficult challenges to what I've heard. However, I would argue that, given how you've handled the first challenge, getting one of the hardest out of the way might actually be the smartest move for you.
Well, you are the tour guide, and I suppose your incentive is to keep us alive and paying you for as long as possible, so I don't see why we shouldn't take your advice. Garrus? Cassidy?
Was I right in understanding that dragon came from the Undercity, perched itself up here,
Yes.
and
That's
caused
what
a
the
bit of
tree
a
said.
ruckus?
It came from
you
the
know what?
chasm, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's bloody go. We may as well get the most difficult ones out of the way, right?
But can we long rest first? I am so tired.
Be much appreciated if we could.
Let's do it.
Judith's like, yeah, I could go for another nap. I've been napping all night. Let's do it. He just like stretches back. She's like, I already got paid for today.
It's a very lucrative job.
Maybe
Hey,
we
maybe
do it
I should
after.
just. Maybe I mean, we could just be tour guides once we're finished winning this whole thing. If I don't want to move on, I don't have to, right? I'm still figuring this out. Anyway, yeah, let's sleep. We find a cozy place.
Yeah.
In
you have a nice sleep
all take out our
under the
bedrolls.
shade of the tree. 10 more pounds of moss dies. And in the morning,
Oh, really
Oh,
I need
Sal's
it.
like, we have to go back to the dragon cave. We can't leave yet.
it's the most important thing I've ever done.
What do I do to save my moss?
Yeah.
try to put the moss back in the cave, like putting a fish that's been out of water too long back into the ocean. Like, live!
I mean, you've essentially, maybe I'll put it this way. You've plucked mushrooms. Think of
Yes.
it that way. And now you're hoping they stay alive
Yes.
on you.
I can put dirt into the jars. I can
Yeah,
put
but you
dirt
can't
into
do
the
40. If you don't have 40 pounds of jars holding 45 pounds of moss, you have, I will say this, you have an unarguable half-pound jar of moss that will stay good as long as you want that glass jar too. And if you want to detour and convince everyone that you can buy 40 pounds worth of glass jars to then store that additional 40 pounds of moss, which at that point you'd have to go back to the cave to get more moss because that moss will surely be dead, then yes.
Good luck.
It's possible that you're assigning value to something that has no value, though. So I would also, while you get in the jars, just check. Hey, by the way, vendor, this... Oh, dragon shit? We don't touch that. Okay.
Sam says, side quest.
I would like to dry the moss.
Sal Quest. Yeah. Okay. So you lead into it. You're like, I can't save
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna double down. I like
Exactly.
it. Cool.
Press it
All right.
between the pages of a book. Every
Do we
book
have
you
a book?
own. Nope.
Not anymore. You
Yes,
left
yes.
every shit
Oh,
back in the
yeah.
cave.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say we did have the book from the what's his face? Yeah, underground
We
in the
have-
church.
Gigantic. We have rocks everywhere, so I'm going to put like little beds of leaves to make. Little
We're
cages.
leaving. We have to go, Sal. There's no
No.
time for this.
This happened before your long rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Long rest. And now I'm getting ready. I'm putting.
I'm not trying to punish Sal.
No, Brea is though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm tucking the moss away for
Yeah,
nap
you're like
time.
spreading it out.
Also, you don't have a bedroll anymore.
yeah, that's
No,
right.
I don't need it. I can sleep
Of all
with
this
my
moss.
And no shovel to dig up any dirt for the jars.
I'm going to add weight. No, I do. I kept the shovel.
Oh, you kept the shovel?
I kept the shovel. I'm thinking that would
did
I don't
keep the
want to go
shovel.
crazy.
Okay.
But I dumped every
I'll sleep
pot.
on my shovel.
Her like
Great.
canteen where he usually keeps all his water is just full of dirt and moss now.
The big
Everything
brain moment of the
used.
shovel.
Long rest. Long
Then we
rest.
go.
Yeah, and you've dried some moss, and you scrape it up in the morning, and you have dry. And on the plus side, it's lighter
Yay!
by like an infinitesimal amount.
Oh, 84
Yeah.
pounds.
It's great. Yeah, you get more pounds of moss, and everyone is just flabbergasted at what Sal is.
I'm so proud of you, Sal.
We were all warned.
And you head out.
Lights, hearts, and moss lighter. I like it.
Anyway, Judic brings you to the edge of the forest once again. You say goodbye to Elm Blossom, and the trees part ways and lead you on a northerly route rather than the direction you originally came from, which is a little more western. And as you move through the forest, you're once again greeted by the familiar autumnal feels, and you begin feeling ill, Sal, from all that poison you ate 2 days ago. Just tummy sick.
That's normal.
Yeah. And,
Some lung issues with the spores.
yeah, there's a lot of, like, Sal's looking more moss than human a little bit right now.
Or half orc.
Or half. Or, yeah, that's right.
Or half.
Half
or
orc,
wolf.
half moss.
And
Scarecrow.
moss crow. And eventually the forest begins to sort of low out a little bit. You sort of see these fields where the forest is starting to leave behind, and that large rock wall begins to sort of chip down, and as it does, you see beyond mountain ranges, high peaks, snow-covered in certain areas, and large carvings, you know, like sort of holes in the walls, almost in a way that gives the impression these mountains have been just blown open, you know, like a gaping maw of a mouth, just filling the countryside before you. And as you come down to these lowlands, Judic is approaching sort of this hill ahead, and she starts pulling out some rope and pythons from her backpack. She says, how's everybody with climbing?
Oh,
Proficient.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll manage.
Good. And almost
Sal,
without
how are
warning-
you at climbing?
Oh, you're muted.
Were you muted?
You're moss.
Not good. I'm not good at it. Ever since
doing
I
great
took
either.
on this other tragedy, I'm not exactly the most proficient.
Is the
as I
tragedy
should
the
be.
moss?
No, you leave the moss out of this. It's the legs.
And as you approach these lowlands, almost without warning, they drop. Sheer cliff at the edge of the forest, heading straight down to the depths of a chasm. And then a little bit across, it heads straight back up. But it's far too far across to try to find any other way. And Judic sort of just says, well, welcome to the edge of the chasms. The Undercity outpost lay somewhere over there. She sort of points in a direction a little bit northeasternly. It's going to be a few days of climbing, and it's treacherous, to say the least. in the bellies of some of these chasms, there's a great deal of lava, magma. So we'll have to be careful. But if we take our time, we should be there in a few days.
Who lives in the Undercity?
Dwarves, mainly. This is the only place in all of the Hereafter where gemstone can be mined, as well as other precious minerals. Everything that's made here from metal is from here. The Undercity itself, I'm not entirely sure. I know there's a few dwarves in the outpost that I'd like to say hi to. Feldrick. She sort of smiles to you, Jay, and then shakes it off. The Undercity is sort of its own thing entirely.
Brea is going to walk over to the edge of the chasm and look down, and and she listens closely for the breath of the spirit world to reach her. She spends a minute communing there on the edge of this precipice, kind of just breathing in the void. I'm going to use my Whispers of the Grave feature to increase my athletics proficiency. So I'm going to give myself +2 to climbing, and in doing so, I think I'm just trying to listen and absorb the spirit world, maybe adventurers who've died here before.
Oh yeah, and you hear a familiar voice, like kind of scream and plummet, and as it kind of tickles the back of your neck, you kind of look towards Cassidy, who like smiles blankly at you.
Spooky.
And
Gives me a
Judic is, like,
shiver down the
pulling
back of my
more,
neck.
Yeah, and Judic is like pulling more rope, and she's like hammering pite, and she's like, "Yeah, Drow, Duragar. I don't know if you've come into them. There's a few outposts down there, and a fair amount of creatures, but be careful. And if you are looking to get that sword shaped, the master blacksmiths that exist in Undercity you couldn't find a finer job.
What was that?
A fetter job." And then I corrected myself and said finer.
Oh. I thought you said find a... And then, it doesn't matter.
I said better job, but I said fetter job.
And then you said finer job, but I thought you meant find a...
I just misspoke. Thanks for highlighting it, darling.
Yeah.
Damn near killed
Just
her.
an idiot. Fetterer.
So you're not coming down with us then?
Oh, I'm coming down.
Can we
All right.
see the bottom?
Great question.
Yeah, but it's really far.
Okay.
It's something that like Tom Cruise would do, but no one else.
Who's the Tom Cruisest of us?
That's a good
Sal.
Definitely no one. Oh, Tom Cruise. Yeah, it's definitely Sal.
I'm the least prepared to go down an incline like this.
Yeah, but you're the.
Decline.
It's clearly you got the motivation. It's not in line.
You got
with
the
Tom
sparkle in
Cruise's.
your eye that Tom Cruise
You got
has.
that wild
That's true.
sparkle, and it's wild.
And nobody's concerned by it at all.
No,
Officially, no.
because Tom is like the kind of crazy that I still think would be on my side. Like Tom Cruise is definitely out there, but I feel like if he and I were friends, I'd be okay with it. I'd be
He
like,
would
okay.
defend you to the death.
He
Right?
would.
Over like a
Seems
little thing.
weirdly loyal. Yeah.
Sal,
cereal.
You should have gotten your own Lucky Charms.
Sal, are you planning on climbing down like you are, or do you have a form for this?
Oh! I
Some sort
do.
of spider.
Was that a howl?
royalty.
Oh, that's the other half of me. I do have a spider-like form that is very good
Or
at
goat.
climbing.
Goat.
But
Goats
I
are good.
think I'll only be getting about the first 4, maybe 6 legs, and then the rest will have to follow as it does.
Oh no. Just bumping and dragging along on the cliff face.
I can only assume that the strength of my spidery legs will support the rest of my brawny, furry, dire self.
I hope so.
I mean, that's a big old gamble, but
How many hours do you have too of wild shape? Is it an hour per instance?
Actually, it should be like, what, 2 hours now? Let's find out. We're going to find out in just a moment. It's
You'll have to go
tell
in
me,
fits and spurts.
2 hours. 2 hours.
Before you shift, if Garrus will be like, look, I'm terrible at climbing too, and I can see down to the bottom, and I have a new spell that I would love to try again.
ooh.
So if you want to come with me, Sal, me and you can attempt to teleport down there after everyone is on the way, because it does create a lightning bolt and is rather dangerous to be in the vicinity of it.
A lightning bolt?
I want to do thunder step from up here to down there. Because I can see it,
Whoa.
I should be able to
Cool.
take Sal with me. Because I can take a willing creature.
Would I be singed in any way?
I mean, depending
No.
on where you land at the bottom, maybe.
Okay, all right.
Oh, as long as your weight doesn't exceed what I can carry.
What
And
can
I-
you carry?
I can carry like 120 total.
I
I have like
You'll have to lose the moss.
Um,
This is the ultimate decision.
So you can climb down, or I can bring you down, but I don't think I can carry you if you're... What are you weighing now, like 160?
At least.
Goodness gracious.
I'll
Well,
have to
Lose
slim
the
you
moss.
I'm gonna check my
Garrus,
inventory.
Your offer is commendable and appreciated in your generosity, but I think I will take my time using
I would
my
rather
own-
die than lose this moss.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Garrus teleports down.
Garrus. No, it.
Oh!
No, I won't. Because I can't do
Garrus,
it when
there-
I can't do it before you're. Sorry, go ahead.
Garrus, there are people in the party who can't turn into a spider, who may be like Cassidy. Are you good at climbing, Cassidy?
Yeah, probably.
I'm terrible.
Okay,
at
well,
it.
I'm not great at climbing.
Well, do you want to come with me then?
Yes.
All right. Well, when they go, we'll go, because it does create a bit of damage, and I do have to be able to see. So I'll have to lean over, and then we'll go.
Just one quick thing, Garrus.
Yes.
I did hear when I was like communing with the spirits. I did hear the voice of Cassidy as she screamed and plummeted to her death, I think.
Do you want to maybe you say no, Garrus? I'm fine, and
That's
I'll
what I'm
offer to
wondering.
Cassidy. Will I do
Yeah.
that? Okay. I'll bring you down, Brea.
No, I
Okay.
shouldn't.
Oh well.
Cassidy?
I mean, everyone else has rejected
right.
me. I've been rejected by the other members of my party.
No, Brea, you go ahead. I'm perfectly capable of climbing.
No,
down.
you know what? I need the exercise. Plus, Sal needs a spotter.
I just thought of Sal losing his moss. That was awful.
Your priorities are right up there.
I was going to offer that I might be able to carry one of you, the lighter of you.
But the moss.
Well, I mean, I still have the centaur size on my side, and I've got the
If you're
By
a
the
very
way, while
good
you've been
climber,
doing this,
then
another
you're
2 pounds have died.
Well, no, it's dried now.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to keep doing this. I like it. It's a
No,
nice
it's-
Oh,
incentive for Sal.
Drying and dying are two different things.
Yeah, it's drying and then blowing away.
How is it a thing?
Stop making it so fun to kill the moss, and I'll stop doing it.
Stop caring so much about all this moss.
Okay, we're gonna go fast, and then I'm gonna use my spider self to spin webs to keep it all sticky in there.
Ooh, that's not a bad plan.
Thinking.
I mean,
you-
Cassidy, Are
No,
you sure?
No, Garrus, you know what? That sounds nice. Maybe it's been a long couple days. I'll take you up on the ride. That sounds fun.
Sounds
Thank
great. Okay. We'll go a bit of ways away, so we're like 30 feet away this way, but we can still see down.
Cool. Yeah.
And Garrus will thunder step down.
Good luck. Oh,
Yeah. Judic begins descending. Brea as well. Sal, you turn into a spider.
I do turn into a spider. I can technically bring Brea with me, if that does help. Like if she does start to like fall, I'll at least keep that as an option.
I'll climb near you, but I don't
yeah.
think I want to climb.
On a
On
giant
you.
pond spider that's got moss all over it.
Goal
There's
is
something
to stop
about
you from
Sal
falling.
that's turning me off.
Yeah, you turn
Lately.
into a spider and pieces of moss just fall off.
He was so friendly when we first met him, and now it's just like Sal.
I know. It's slowly becoming weird.
Garrus and Cassidy, you explode on the bottom of this chasm, like hundreds of feet down. And as you do, you land with a solid thud onto the bottom of this chasm. And then you feel it crack. Both of you roll dexterity.
Save?
Yes.
Okay.
Save?
The safe?
Save?
Save me.
I got the amount of fingers up.
No!
Wait, can I give my inspiration to Garrus?
Yeah, I don't know, whatever, yeah, if that makes sense. Let's do it.
Oh, I hope you're not wasting it. Thank you. That's better. 22.
Ooh,
I got
Cassidy.
16.
Both of you, in like a split second, dive to either side as the ground falls out beneath you.
Whoa.
And you see it's sort of like a natural hole in the earth just barrel out to absolute darkness. And as the pieces of ground fall with like a clattering, you hear a chittering deep within the belly of the earth.
That's Tom Cruise.
It's full of Tom Cruises.
Ah,
You okay, Garrus?
yes. Thank you.
From up on the cliff face, Brea's like, no! Oh, I think they're okay.
We're all right. Big hole at the bottom.
Shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. Judic's like, oh fuck. And she like looks over to you, Brea, and she's like, they're not all right.
What?
And then all of a sudden you hear this ground start to shake beneath you. And as you're looking at each other from either side of the hole and the small rubble begins to kind of like fall down into the hole, you hear this groaning. It gets louder and louder as the earth quakes around you. And in a burst of earth, this massive worm breaks through the ground between the two of you and dives out towards Garrus. Garrus, give me a dexterity save.
Are you doing it?
You doing it to
It's
us?
not as big as... Yo, you doing it?
Doing it to us?
A tasty 11.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this worm smashes into you, shoving you back, and you take 7 points of damage as you get shoved into the stone wall and ground against a little bit as it pushes past you.
Son of a
Everyone, roll for initiative.
Can I just highlight Sam's post in the Discord?
Do it.
I hate to veg blog, but one of you is the spiders.
Yeah,
Oh, correct.
exactly. One of you is the spiders.
Damn it.
Technically 2/3 of one of us. I've
7.
Oof.
God.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, not much better.
22.
okay, good.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
At least one of us is paying attention.
I got an 18.
Ooh.
How far away are Sal and I?
Like hundreds of feet.
Great.
Oh boy.
We'll catch up.
Yeah, you're going to catch up perfectly well. Garrus, you rolled a 7?
I did.
Perfect. Cassidy, you
Yep.
see this massive worm break out of the ground between you and keel towards Garrus on the other side. You see it push him out of the way and slam him into the side, his armor sort of clattering as it scrapes along the stone wall. What do you do? This thing isn't even out of the hole yet. It's gargantuan, huge.
Do I know just from looking at this thing, do we even have a chance?
That's a great question. Give me a nature roll, maybe? Or give
Okay.
me whatever roll you think would make sense.
I'm gonna Can I pitch to you insight?
Yeah.
And use my knowledge from a past life
Done.
feature? Okay. So I get to add a d6 to it.
Do it.
Oh, God. I rolled fucking freaking horrible.
No.
Fucking freaking horrible.
12 total.
Yeah, no, that's enough. Yeah, you don't need much insight to realize you have no fucking chance against this thing. This is a gargantuan worm with like chitinous outer shell that is already dragging your friend against the stone just by pushing him out of the way. You know, took a quarter of his health away.
Not even biting. Just
Not even biting or
moving
anything.
nearby.
Yeah.
Awesome. Was that a free action or was that a bonus or an action or?
Oh, totally free.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna attack the shit out of it.
Okay.
But for a good reason. You'll see why.
Always
Best plan.
follow me at Twitter for why.
Follow me into the dark. 24 to hit.
That hits
Okay, I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
happily. Oh no.
I'm sure the worm has zero
I was just
constitution.
going to say, I just read its constitution.
Is this a purple worm by any chance? Is it colored purple?
You don't know. You can't see it.
Great.
Hold on.
I have worm blindness.
No, you're not looking right
It's a condition.
now. All right, I'm going to roll this for... Yeah, no, 25.
Okay, 5 damage. I'm gonna attack
Okay.
it again.
Okay.
21 to hit.
That hits.
Constitution saving throw.
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
8 damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a key point to do flurry of blows and attack twice more.
Nice.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Nat 3 to hit. I don't think that hits.
No.
Fuck, Nat 2. No. Okay. I really wanted to stun the worm. I really thought that I had the rolls against me or on my side, but they were against me. Okay.
I love the idea, and I think that's really smart. And I think you should. I think you should continue with that logic.
Yes, but my other 2 attacks on my bonus action just whiff big time. Garrus, run. I'm right behind you.
You're on like opposite sides, so you have to yell that. You're like,
Garrus, run. I'm
Like, the
right
whole
behind
like-
you. Good.
Awesome. Yeah, you like attack this thing. It doesn't even seem phased. It keeps going. You're like punching it. It's like punching solid rock. Judic is like lowering herself down quickly from the rope. She's looking down and she screams. She's like, Cassidy, Garrus, run! Run! And she's like lowering herself down as fast as possible as she can. And she's like pointing to the far wall of the chasm to like climb up it, to get back up to a higher point. And as she's doing that, she's like rifling through her bag trying to find something. And that's her turn. Then it is the worm's turn. Garrus, it continues careening, like pushing you alongside this wall. And as it feels this like small shrapnel of its side, it barely even takes notice of you. It continues barreling along, and then with its end, you see the end part of this creature has a stinger at the end of it. At the very back, it has this large stinger, and it kind of whips it at you. Let's roll die.
I like how we're all like,
It's a slimy, but slimy. It's gross.
That would be a natural 20 to hit.
Oh my god.
Actually, it doesn't hit because I would rather it didn't.
Amazing.
Counterpoint.
Yeah. It stabs. It like sinks into your leg, piercing your leg to the wall for a moment, but it only hits for a second.
this is going to be the end of Garrus.
No.
Nothing's gonna be Garrus.
Might be the end.
I mean, you're just going to come back to life with no memory, but
It'd be nice. We're gonna call that 18 piercing damage.
Goodness gracious me, still up, but that was not
Okay.
pleasant.
And give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Don't get et.
No,
I didn't want to.
it's gonna be a 13.
Yeah, you're good. You get pierced to the wall for a second, and then the stinger pulls out and continues along, and it like passes you. Brea, it is your turn.
Is it? I got more.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you?
Yeah.
Oh, Sal's
18.
18. Shit, you should have
The
gone
one
before
time
Judic.
I get, that's all right.
Sorry, Sal. You should have gone before Judic. Continue.
much.
It's your turn.
Just rewind everything that happened back a bit so that it
Do
didn't
it. I
happen.
could roll better.
Delete, 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 delete,
Shit.
delete.
You said how far? It's like 100 feet away or something.
Yeah, a couple hundred. Like you're so far above.
Okay, I'm gonna try. My focus is on getting down as fast as possible. So I want to start. I want to use my web because it's supposed to be a 60-foot range to hit. Can I just stick it right where I am and then just like grapple down 60
Yep.
feet?
Cool.
I don't even
Yeah.
think you need. I don't even think you need to grapple down 60 feet. I think. Here's a question: how fast does a person fall in a turn? And Joe would know this because you DM all the time. Like, if you were to fall off a cliff, how many turns until you hit the bottom? In like 300 feet.
Great question. You fall,
10 per
man.
round?
No, way faster. So feather fall allows you to fall 60 feet per round,
Yeah.
which they say 500 feet per round is a pretty good rule of thumb.
500.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, obviously, you don't fall as fast as
It's
if you
6
would
seconds,
fall.
right? It's not.
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is, if you stick your web on the wall and you just let her go, I think you could easily fall 250 feet a second, which is half as if you weren't. And I think you can get down there in one turn.
Okay.
Because you're not shooting something 60 feet away. You're shooting something 1 foot away, and you're just unraveling the spool. Which, to me, there's no reason that you... To me, I think the reason of 60 feet is more like, how the hell are you going to aim at something farther than 60 feet away with your web?
You're so creative. I love that, Erica.
Yeah, very smart, creative. Very smart, creative. That's your name now.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, so you get right down there.
That's it. That's all I do.
Well, you have more. That's just
Spider
your move.
physics.
You
That's
do
all.
it.
That's
Web
the
is
whole
an
thing.
action, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was an action, but if that could be treated as like just a move.
Yeah, I mean, it's an action to do it. Is that all you can do then, to shoot your web?
Because other than that, the only thing
I mean,
do
you
is
could
try to-
still move.
I want to
put it this way.
within range to then just kind of to one of them. I want to try and like rope it
I
back
mean,
in.
there's a play here, and I would be willing to rewrite history. Because you technically were supposed to go sooner.
Yeah.
If you webbed yourself and grabbed Gary and then started retracting, I think that is a fair move to say.
That's a hero move right there.
Absolutely. That was my plan.
But
just
you know
like
what
roast
happens?
Gary.
You drop a lot of moss.
Yeah, all your moss, so much moss gets lost.
I'm
Yeah, because you're going too fast. There's a moment, okay? There's a moment where you realize, in order to rescue Garrus before that tail that seems to be coming out of the hole strikes him and pins him to the wall and perhaps kills him, that in order to do that, you would lose 90% of your moss. What do you do, Sal?
I take 2 turns.
Really?
Yeah. That was my mom. 90% of it?
So 90% of a moss that I entirely invented at the beginning of this game is not worth Garrus's life.
Garrus, try to live. I'll get you next
This
turn.
has been noted.
Okay. So instead, you go slower to preserve your moss.
Let's not get crazy here, guys. Garrus could die at any moment.
You're
Should I
just about to
reroll
do it
damage?
like, wait a second, moss. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're doing great down there, guys. You're doing
Hang in
great.
there,
Okay.
buddy.
I'll be there in a minute.
So instead of
villain
pulling
shit.
a hero move and giving that nice character growth we've been waiting for so long, Sal goes, no.
Just got the moss. You guys.
Cool. All right. But everyone sees that. Judic even sees that. She's like, what the fuck, man?
I am
And
the
she starts
closest to
barreling
getting him out of everybody. So, some credit where credit is due.
Oh my god. Anyway, that's what Sal does, I guess. Brea, it's your turn.
So I don't have a lot that I can do from this range. I don't have any AoE stuff. This is a big worm. I'm going to try to do the Cassidy School of Thought, which is try to help distract away from my friends that are on the ground. And I was looking in my bag. I've got 3 bottles of lamp oil.
Yeah.
I would like to, hopefully on my turn, craft some kind of explosive, essentially with some fire and some oil, and just throw them all down away from where my friends are, maybe in such a way that the worm would be diverted away from Cassidy or away from Garrus?
I love it.
Is that a 2-turn
it's
situation?
one
or
turn. Do it.
okay.
Throw them.
Yeah.
Throw them at the worm.
Throw them
Yeah.
at Sal. You selfish son.
Fuck your boss!
I am so close to helping you guys. This is going to take a little bit longer than
I'm totally on my way to be helping you soon.
Close.
So yeah, I drop some I drop 3
Molotov.
bottles of flaming oil down on this creature.
Yeah. All 3 explode. And you feel like positive about it as you see Judica still like rummaging through her bag, like clearly looking for something. She's like, it's okay. Keep going down. And she's like also moving down. Garrus, it is your turn. You are barely
Oh yeah, and I'm
standing.
climbing down.
I have. Yeah, I'm low. I wonder, how does darkness work as a spell? Can I attach it to a moving thing? So
What's the target?
I
worm?
mean the worm's face.
Give me a nature roll.
He's probably not using his eyes.
Actually, I won't even say. You saw when this thing burst up. It didn't have eyes.
Yeah.
Doesn't need him.
Don't need them eyes.
Plus,
Tremors.
if you're a burrow guy and you got soft eyeball parts on the front of your face, they're just gonna get scratched right off.
Bro.
You know,
So
Bro guy?
Garrus,
burrow
Kind of-
guy.
I like when you said bro guy. You're a bro guy? You're like,
You don't even need 'em.
I don't even need this fucking
Whatever.
eyes, bro. I can sense it.
Fuck your
Garrus
eyes.
seeing the like people trying to distract the worm is also like, you know what? I'll get in on that action as well. He's gonna put both his hands just like onto some of flesh he can touch and cast infestation. Which is
Worms
just
hate
like-
worms.
Yeah, it's a cloud of mites and fleas and other stuff. And I'm just gonna. It's a Constitution save of 15.
That's awesome.
Nice. Con
Roll for
save?
motherhood.
Yeah, and I can push it 5 feet in a random direction,
Good luck.
hopefully away from me
Oops, reset.
and not at Cassidy.
That would be
Bring
a 24.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I'll just tell you now, this
so
thing's
conny.
constitution is plus 11.
I was gonna
Ugh.
say.
Yuck.
It's very bad.
Get it out
But I
of here.
love the fact that you do that. But I like that you're all trying. You're like, doing all this kind of shit.
I think that's me. Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions. I don't think.
You see her Judic, and she's like, run!
Yeah, I'll try a run. Oh. And should
Run
have
to
taken a
me.
dodge action.
I'll save you.
Eventually.
I will. Meet me halfway here. I went 2/3 of the way.
Garrus feels like he's, that didn't work. May as well just keep him on me and just be like, come on, and we'll just leg it away from Cassidy and just be like, come on, chase me, you big wormy bastard.
Ooh, hero moment. There's your hero moment.
Found
He'll
one.
run towards Sal. and
Found
be like,
one.
Go up there.
Cassidy.
He'll run away from everyone and just try
Yeah.
to move it somewhere.
Great
knowing
call.
that it's gonna. I'm gonna leave
Great
the threatened
call.
area.
I love it. Cassidy, your turn.
Okay. Good. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to How close am I to it? I'm like right next to it, right? I was
Sure.
punching it.
Yeah, wherever you want to be. Yeah.
I'm gonna run out of its range. I'd like to trigger an opportunity attack.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
Oh no.
Bring it. Hit me with your best shot.
Hit me with your best shot.
Those are gonna be the last words Cassidy ever says.
Okay, so it attacks you with a 25 to hit.
Good. Yeah, do it. I dare
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I mean it does. Okay, and then it
Yeah,
hits
but I-
you with
Dare you. Damage?
9 plus
This is in kisses. not in
18
damage.
piercing damage to hit
Oh.
to you.
18?
Yeah,
Child's play.
and make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. This wasn't anticipated.
As it attacks, can I take my hellish rebuke reaction?
Sure, let's wait till this happens though.
Yeah.
11.
11?
11.
Yeah, you take 21 additional poison damage as
good.
the barb of this tail
Good.
sinks into your stomach.
Cool. So what I wanted to do was I wanted
Before
to
this happened.
before this all happened, before this all went down. I
Guys, you
wanted
won.
because I have full HP, so I wanted to try to take an opportunity attack so that Gareth could run away.
You might be wondering how I
Good
got
call.
here.
Good mechanics.
Record
Thank
scratch.
I'm also
Yeah.
wondering if I am dead.
Wait, I got that.
So the problem is that it did way more damage than I have HP, so I am down.
No!
And as I go down, I look at Garrus and I'm just like, Garrus, I saw your brother die, and I think I was the one who did it. And then I fall unconscious.
Well, this is an interesting encounter. It hurts on multiple levels.
You're not out. You're not reset yet.
Garrus takes
but I like
1d10
that you-
psychic damage.
Brother damage.
But
Yeah.
I did use its reaction to be fair, so it cannot.
Yeah, you did. Great
cannot
move.
opportunity attack.
I'll use my reaction to Hellish Rebuke it.
Do it. Attack it. Like you just watched
Cassidy!
Cassidy go down, and then she said that she thinks she saw your brother die.
It's a
Okay.
Dex 15 fucking saving throw. God damn, I imagine his Dex is in the moon.
Dex actually is not very good.
It's a big old worm.
a big
They
old
don't fucking do ballet.
That would be a 13.
I hit with 4d10 fire damage.
4d10?
Yeah, so 29
4d10.
points of...
So
Hey.
50?
no,
Hey, that's good.
29 of just
Doesn't
fire
like that.
damage in my
Goes-
range.
And like the ground trembles.
Ooh.
Amazing. It is Sal's turn.
Okay.
Descending slowly, holding on to Moss with 7 of her 8
So
hands.
careful.
I spent my time getting down there. Now
Oh,
I can help.
oh, oh.
I don't have to worry about it because I have the sticky legs, so it's helping. It's good. Who's in the worst position? I mean, one's.
I mean,
down.
Cassidy is
I'm
rolling death
literally
saves.
dying.
Garrus
is
is
dying.
I don't know how many hit
Soon
points
to
you-
be dying, I imagine. I'm on 8.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a character in character column.
I'm gonna have to make a new
I will
character.
choose
I think that
the Moss.
I am going to focus on getting Garrus because I think Sal's thinking is that Cassie's already down and she's died so many times before. What's one more time gonna hurt?
She's fine.
Legit.
Cool.
And Garrus is my best friend. I love him so much, buddy. You did
I
it.
can't hear anything.
The Moss blocks your words.
Oh, you'll learn to love the moth too.
You
Yeah,
speak
Sal,
through a
you
mouthful
come
of
down
moss.
and you grab Garrus. Half your moss falls out again.
Can
and you're-
Garrus will resist it if you're going to dry drag him away. Not to be like
Nice.
petulant, but like he is laser focused on Cassidy,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
and will just be like, "No, I've got to get Cassidy."
If you scream that, that's actually okay because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot some web at you, and then you got 60 feet you can run.
Oh,
Let's do it.
okay.
How?
So
I
you
like it though.
disconnected from your web, and now you're on the ground, and you shoot a second web.
Yeah, I'm as close to the wall as it could possibly be, and I'm just gonna
Yeah.
give him like 60 feet of a lifeline to go get Cassie, and then yanking him back.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think web retracts, but
I mean, I have length. It's like spaghetti. You know how it is spaghetti.
just suck it back up my ass. Yeah, you're great. Cool. So you do that. It is Judic's turn. She is burning her paws as she's going down, and she looks towards you, Brea, and she's like, "It's okay, it's okay." And she fishes out something small in her hand. And as she's like looking down at the worm's trajectory, and she sees Cassidy drop, she screams, "Cassidy! No!" The worm turns massively towards Garrus and Cassidy and Sal. You see for the first time its gaping maw, its large, jagged, toothen, eyeless face opens and roars so loud you all move with the projection of its wind, the spittle flying towards you. It's only 50 feet away, and it begins driving towards you at full speed as Judic throws something into its path. Garrus, you stand there with hellish rebuke firing on your fingertips, staring down this creature. Its maw open, ready to swallow you and Sal. And as you almost close your eyes and nod, accepting what's about to happen, you see something fall right into its path.
It's the dog. No.
And nothing happens as it continues moving forward. And then it stops. As a giant oak tree blasts up through its midsection and careens towards the sky. And you see, Brea, this small magic oak nut, one that you recognized and have used before, as it went through her hand. For the giant worm explodes in a sea of gore. It is stuck through its center. It snaps at you like 10 feet away, Gary, as it careens back and forth screaming, and you just hear Judic over the gore, "Run!" I think Sal grabs Cassidy as Garrus picks her up, and the three of you begin jutting up the sides, Brea and Judic quickly climbing down and around the creature and up the far side as well, before the giant purple worm even knows what the fuck just happened. And we're going to end there for
Wait.
tonight.
Read our private chat.
See?
No, the private chat.
We can do next time. Do it next time.
Oh, okay.
Do it, Gary. Before it ends, you lay Cassidy down on the peak of the second
does
hill.
CPR and like wakes
Yeah.
Cassidy up and says,
Yeah.
"Oh, looks like we didn't lose you this time. And don't worry, you're not the only one who's killed my brother."
That's awesome.
Good line.
Yeah.
We're gonna end there for
twist.
tonight. Good job, everyone.
Oh my
Well done.
god. Oh,
Very good.
Very cool.
that was awesome.
Big
Yeah.
worm.
Yeah, big fucking worm.
So fun.
Very difficult, very tough.
Was that a
Okay.
purple worm?
That was a purple worm.
I've read the stat block, but I've never run it, and that's one of those creatures that
neither.
I've always wanted to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fun.
hideous, just like
They're
bats
hideous
They're cool.
purple worms.
Was
They
that an
sound-
adult too, or was it
Yeah,
just a baby?
It's very, very difficult.
cool.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a bit of a Deus Ex there. I didn't expect you to fight it. It's a challenge 18 or
Mm-hmm.
something. But we had played with those acorns in Hereafter, the first fire, and they're basically, you can throw them down and these trees just spurt up, and they used it where they got across a chasm,
Made a
where
bridge.
they cut it down and they made a
Yeah.
bridge, and I
You guys
loved
did?
them.
Yeah, we
did,
did
yeah.
that in the
Yeah,
previous.
And I thought, what a
iteration
great
of this.
thing, And I think even at the time we talked about using it, and I was like, man, you know what I want to see? I want to see a tree just up through like a whale. And I was like, well, there's no whales, but there are giant worms. So yeah,
Just
you get
through
to
a
see that
dude.
Whale the land.
for real. Yeah, it's just literally. The best part about this is in the centuries to come, as the people pass through the chasms and they see the skeleton of this giant thing with a tree in it.
That'd
people are
be
gonna
such a
like,
fun map to play
"What?"
on.
Yeah, for real.
Like there have to be
Sprinkled
more
with dead
battle
moss.
maps that have that kind of detail. That like
I've used some.
the
Remember
body
the
of
eye?
a giant.
The giant
of
eye.
course,
Oh, yeah.
of course.
That giant eye one was so cool.
Yeah.
That was at the end of this campaign as well, too.
That was bad.
Or the previous campaign. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
That was fun.
This was an absolute blast. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We are going to be back, not next week,
in 3 weeks.
2
2 weeks. I think we're off next week, but we're back on the 16th, I think, right?
Right.
And then we're off on the 23rd. But we'll be back on the 16th
Summer schedule.
for a chapter 7. Thank you so much to Erica and Joe and Jay and Gary for playing with us tonight. As always, you are all wonderful and you make this so damn fun. So keep being awesome. Being who you are. Seed. Yeah, MVP of this game is Erica for being so fucking weird about moss. I shouldn't reward it, but I like it.
You have to
I
have
have to reward that.
Stop taking my moss.
That is it from us. Oh, yeah, by the way, another 10 pounds dies. That is it from us. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful Monday night, Tuesday night?
It's
night.
Tuesday.
And
Tuesday.
enjoy the weekend that's coming up. It's not too far away. Start enjoying it now. That is it from us. So long.
Bye.